Namaste, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my channel. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel in order to get new notifications on videos that are coming up. So I'm starting to do a little bit more as I get a little extra time, right? So, and of course, here's my little one, Miss Bella G, my one and only, my love. She, of course, has to be in the videos. Right, baby? Yes, I know. So every time I'm doing a video, she's coming in. Anytime I'm chatting with somebody on video, doesn't matter if it's a client or if it's a meeting or whoever, she's like, hey, I'm here. Hello, everyone. So just to let you know, and of course I'm going to add her in because she's very much a part of who I am in a lot of different ways. So anyways, we're going to talk about the cosmic vibes for this week. Okay, cosmic vibes, September 30th to the 6th of October. Every week we're dealing with something new. Every day we're dealing with something new. Every second we're dealing with something new, right? Like, oh my goodness. I literally get messages and people are like, oh my God, like what's just happened? Like, why is this happening? And I'm like, because there's different energies. So you could find that you could be sitting back, feeling good, feeling, everything's okay. And then like seconds, you're like, okay, what's just happened? Why is these thoughts crossing my mind? Like why all of a sudden am I thinking of this person or that situation? Of course, as the energy shifts, as the energy changes, according to where your level of consciousness is on an evolutional journey, a lot of different things are going to come up. Okay, and just really pay attention to what energy is being shown by your soul, because it gives you that opportunity to really tune in. It gives you that opportunity to release and let go. Okay, and to really take a look at, okay, why is this happening? Like, why all of a sudden is this going on? Okay, so October is a month. October, I love actually October because of the autumn, the fall leaves, all of that. And the days are usually warm and the nights get cool, but you never know what to expect, right? So October brings in a lot of destiny, a lot of fate. Really pay attention to what is coming up for you, what changes are coming up. Really pay attention to what is ending. October brings in a lot of soul unions. You might find that all of a sudden people from the past are connecting with you again. I mean, we still have the Mercury retrograde energy, which is also going to end October the 2nd. Thank God, right? But the energy is going to linger on for a couple of more weeks after that. So you've probably found that things are starting to calm down a little better for you now. And if it hasn't, really pay attention to what you're struggling with. Really pay attention to what you're ignoring, what you're trying to run from, because you can't run from things. It's going to come back and bite you when you least expect it. And believe me, when it does, and you're like, oh my God, I'm still dealing with this, right? So the only way to deal with things and to resolve issues is to actually do it one step at a time. Okay, we all have our own personal journey. There's a lot of transformations coming in as well for October. A lot of transitions are happening in October. Big transitions October and also November as well, but I'm only going to talk about October right now and pretty much this week of what's coming up. Okay, it's bringing up a lot of changes with relationships especially. Now, relationships, romance, relationships, marriage, relationships can be work relationships, business relationships, anything like that. Like I've got a few changes coming up myself at the end of this week. As far as, sorry, my hair, I should have just put it up. But a lot of relationships are changing. Some people could be getting closer. Some people might be getting married or engaged. You might hear all of a sudden, wow, somebody's pregnant. So if you do want to get pregnant, now is the time. I mean, you can get pregnant at any time, but some of you might be a little bit more fertile than others. So if you want to get pregnant, this is a very fertile time as well. Okay, so really pay attention to that. There's a lot of like truth being exposed. You're gonna find, of course, with the Mercury retrograde ending, you know, certain obstacles could start getting easier for you as well. Like I'm entering into something new. Somebody asked me to be a part of a project, and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. It's like, God be with me. I'll help you. Okay. We'll see what happens. And I'm a risk taker though, mind you, right? So sometimes the only way to excel, sometimes the only way to expand is to take that risk, right? And when you take any risks, make sure you're like, you know what, Spirit, I'm very open to new opportunities that are best for my higher self and highest self, highest purpose, highest destiny. I'm open for positive vibes with it. So I will literally be psyching myself up every day, even more so as the end of this week starts to come in, right, with a lot of gratitude. And it's really important to do that. Like start your day off with, like, I'm 100% self-employed. So every day I start my mornings off with, I'm so truly grateful for all of my clients. I'm so truly grateful for having a place to live. I'm so truly grateful to have good health. I'm so truly grateful to, you know, live in this wonderful place. Like just little things like that. We can really make a big difference with where we're at with things. Okay, so really ask yourself, what are you grateful for? It can be the smallest things, it can be the littlest things, and just by expressing more gratitude, it can really make a big difference for you. Okay, and especially right now, some of you might have a lot more anxiety coming in. Okay, the energy is shifting. There's a lot of transitions going on this week. There's a lot of newness coming in this week. So whenever you're a little, oh no, I'm just starting a new job, or I'm starting a new relationship, or I'm starting some new medications, or I'm starting to live in a new environment, regardless of what it is, really stay positive and in alignment within your soul. That's so very, very important. Some of you might be finding that, you know what, I want to move closer to my family. Some of you might even be deciding, you know, I wonder if I should be taking that move, that long distance move. Some of you might be like, you know what, I'm going to move across the other side of the world. Stay positive, stay in alignment with that energy. It's so important. Okay, a lot of signs are going to be presented to you. Your intuition, you might have found, has been getting a lot stronger as well. Really pay attention to what your soul has been saying to you. Call in your higher power. Call in your higher self. Call in the energy of your higher vibration to source. Surrender it. Surrender it. Because what energy and what you are planting right now in the autumn equinox, the vibration was so high that what seeds you're planting right now, you're going to see some of that come into fruition more so in the spring of 2023. Okay, so if you're, you know, depending where you are in the world, take a look at what season you're in right now, and then take a look at the following season. That's when you're going to see a lot more results. Like I'm really going to be very hard on myself this week on purpose. I've got a really heavy load of what I'm aiming for, of what goals I have set for myself, with a lot of different things. And I actually started that this morning with certain goals. And I'm like, oh my God, Spirit, give me the strength, and the energy and the will to work through these goals to my highest regards, to my highest vibration, to my highest frequency, to connect with Source. Okay. And whenever you're really struggling, like I've also had messages from people saying, oh my God, Jeni, I'm at the end of my rope with things. I don't know if my journey is up here on the planet. Like I'm giving up. Okay. Whenever you're in that modality, whenever you're in that mind of thinking, we all go through that. We all go through that. And it doesn't matter if, some of you are thinking, well, I've done this, I've done that. We all have our good times and our bad times. When you're really, really struggling, ask for the angel of mercy. I had a conversation last night with someone, and they were very suicidal without going into details. And I'm like, call on the angel of mercy. Angel of mercy, come through for me. I'm surrendering this. I need you. And, whenever you're in that despair, there's so many ways to go about that, of course, but just call on your angel of mercy. They're with us. They're there to help guide us. They're there. Do you ever notice that whenever you kind of break down and you're in that ugly cry, we all have those moments, of course, we're human. And then all of a sudden, after you have released, you have let go, and the tears, and you're like, oh, you could be shaking and in that fetal position. Have you ever noticed you feel that calmness? Or if you start to ask the night before, Spirit, give me a sign where I should go, what I should do. You can always book a reading with me, of course, too. I can always help you through that, mind you. But ask for the angel of mercy to step in, guide you. And when you surrender it, you're going to find that in the morning, or you could get a message in your dream forms. We had a lot of messages from Spirit and our guides and the people, our loved ones who have passed on. That's why you might find that all of a sudden you're having a dream of, my dad or my mother or my brother or my friend came into my dream last night. And they're giving me this message, but I don't understand it. So really pay attention to that. Write down your dreams and such. And if you're stuck, you can always book a reading with me, and I can go over that dream, because sometimes what they're trying to say to you, you could take it the wrong way. All right. Sometimes in the dreams they'll come in and you'll be like, wow, I really understood that dream. And whenever you do, always say, thank you, Spirit, for that message. I'm so truly grateful for you giving me that clarity every day. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, because you're going to find that this week coming up here, and especially today and for the next few days, that's why I'm starting to doing these weekly cosmic vibes. You're going to find that you're going to have either that extremity with obstacles, or things are going to start really calming down for you. Okay, it depends what's going on. It depends where your karma is. It depends where your evolutional journey is right now. Okay, and please don't judge anybody. Do not judge anybody. We all have our own path. We all have our own journey we have to walk. Okay, and we all deal with it in our own way. All right, I've literally got hair flying from my dog. So it's going in my eyes. So when you see me rubbing my eyes, it's because I've got hair literally floating everywhere, right? So I'm like, okay, all right. I love my little girl, though, mind you, so wouldn't give her up for anything. So make sure that also you're going to see that, how I said, like I've been presented with a new project to work on. Really take this week, because you're going to see that if it's a new job, if it's new projects or opportunities coming your way, really take a look at, okay, I really want to build a solid foundation with this. I really want to enhance my business. I really want to get that promotion or raise if I'm working for someone. Build that solid foundation. Do your research. Build that foundation, because to be successful with anything, you really got to start with some sort of a foundation to really build it, right? If it's like, okay, I want to build this, I want to work through this, regardless of what it is, right? We all have to start somewhere. That's why it's really important to take one step at a time. We don't have to all of a sudden jump in the deep end. Some of us can, mind you, right? So that's what I'm saying. It really depends where you're at. We all deal with things differently. Go on your own pace that you resonate with, regardless how small of a change you want to make or how big of a change you want to make. Okay, it all comes down to building that foundation. Start creating a vision board. Add on to your vision board. I actually just added on 2 things this morning as I was actually in one of my meetings this morning, I heard something come through and I'm like, I'm going to write that down on my vision board because it's something that I have to add on to get me to this step or to that step. So I quickly ran and wrote that down on my board, right? So anyways, write things down. Keep some notepads beside you. I literally have notepads all over my place here because sometimes, it's like, what I'm a night person, let's say, some people say, and they're like, I get ideas at night, but in the morning when I wake up, I forget it. That's why you need to keep a notepad beside your bed, right? Beside your bedpost, wherever you are, and write it down before you forget. And then just throw it onto your vision board. Don't worry about how you're going to create it, when it's going to happen, how all the details, that's irrelevant. Spirit will work with you and you're going to start to get different signs. When you're opening up to Spirit and you're like, I need some signs, Spirit, please give me a sign that I'm on the right path. Please give me a sign that I'm walking on the right frequency that I want to be at, regardless of what. All of a sudden, out of the blue, you're going to get those signs, right? We get signs in so many different ways, We're all teachers. We are. If you could go to the store and the cashier could give you a wow, that message was profound. They're like, wow, that's a sign, Signs come in all different ways. Okay, so really pay attention to your visions because your intuition is stronger. Really pay attention to what insights you've been getting at, what you're seeing. Write it down. Okay, really move your body more if you're stuck, because we can hold in a lot of stress, hold in a lot of anxiety if we're not moving around a lot more, right? Like yesterday, my day got thrown off. What I had planned to do did not happen. Okay, because I had something that was hugely major happening in seconds. Things changed just like that, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know if the certain situation was going to turn into an emergency, and I'm like, oh my God, stay calm, deal with the situation, stay focused, stay in the now. Calm yourself down, breathe in, breathe out, and handle that situation, right? So when you do that, staying in the now, it's like, okay, Spirit, I'm supposed to handle this. I'm supposed to deal with this right now. And then when you look back on it at the end of the day, you're going to be like, okay, that's why that happened. And if you don't know, write it down. I can always give you clarity and let you know why that happened, what the message was from Spirit, and what is going on. Okay, we all get messages differently. Okay, so don't have anybody else tell you, no, that's not a message. Don't do that. We get messages in our own way. I'm not gonna go on and on and on about it. Okay, so with this energy as well, we have the Schumann resonance, which can change the energy within you. You could be more calm. You all of a sudden could get more irritated, like angry, anxious, right? Or you could be like, wow, I'm loving these Zen vibes. Really loving these Zen vibes. Wouldn't we all want to be there? Yes, of course. Not all of us are, right? So you can't judge anybody. If somebody's having a stressful, emotional day, do not say, okay, you really need to get some help. There's something seriously wrong with you. Like, I'm doing this and you're doing that. Please don't do that. I see it on social media and I get disgusted when people do that. There's been different people. I've had people say, you know what? I can't believe my friend just said that about me. I thought they were my friend. Why would they lie? Why would they lie and cause issues for me with something I have no idea what they're talking about? However, the other person put that in their mind for ego reasons, and it was completely not true in any way, shape, or form. So there's a lot of energy like that as well going on around some people, and a lot of truth will be exposed. Some people will be looking back and saying, wow, because of what you said and did, I'm not going to be around you anymore. I'm not going to be connected with you anymore. I cannot be around that energy and that vibration. So really do a lot of reflection within on everything. Okay. You might find that you're going to want to really push things forward more. this week as well. You know how I said it's like when you want to build that foundation, it's this week coming up. You might be like, you know what? You're going to be standing in your power more. For those of you who have stood in your power and said something, I want to know about it. Write it down in the comment box, right? If you want that raise, ask your boss about it. Talk about it. If you want to say somebody to something, if somebody's treating with you disrespect, confront them. Say, you know what, that's really hurting me. Why are you saying that to me, right? Or you can't talk to me. How dare you talk to me like that? Really stand in your power. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to feel all of a sudden like boof, that energy. Okay, so on the 4th, Tuesday the 4th, we have a master number day as well. So that is that perfect time when you might be getting those messages in to create and build those foundations you want to build. If it's with getting a raise, if it's with confronting your demons, confronting someone to start a new project, to, you know, whatever it is, right? Really see what messages are coming through from your soul that day, because you're going to be wanting to stand in your power. You're going to be really, I sent a message off last night to someone about something that is very major. And it's going to go either way. So whenever you do that, send off a message with something, and how that person responds to you, take a look where it's at. Either you're going to be in sync with that person and you're going to be able to work together, or you're going to be like, okay, I guess our journey is up. If it's relationships, business, regardless of what, government agencies as well. A lot of play is in factor right now. Okay, so really focus your mindset on what you want to manifest. Really focus your mindset on what you want to change. Okay, like I'm saying, there's a lot of relationship dynamics right now that are especially going to be coming up in October. That's going to be very drastic. We could see a lot more people that are passing. We could see a lot more relationships that are going to end. Okay, new relationships, all of a sudden you're going to be like, you're dating who? Oh my gosh. Or all of a sudden somebody could get engaged. All of a sudden, you know, you could hear somebody say, oh my goodness, I'm pregnant, right? There's a lot of drastic themes this month in October, right? And you're going to start to see certain things unfold this week. So really pay attention, you guys, because this energy is off the charts. I'm always saying that, but it literally is. I have things happen to me within seconds, like literally seconds. Okay, so really embrace this. Build your solid foundations this week, right? Work through the obstacles. When you're seeing the obstacles come up, say, okay, let me take a step back. Let me just review this. Really tune in. Really pay attention to those messages, because your intuition this week is going to be very, very strong. Take time out for you. Like this morning, when I got up, I asked Spirit last night, okay, I need some clarity with a couple of things I was struggling with. And I'm like, you know what? I'm surrendering it to you. And I tell you, this morning, like, it was amazing. Actually, it was really, and I literally like got up really early, like a lot earlier than I normally do. And I'm like, wow, I can feel that energy. I can feel that change. You know, and that's when I wrote down a couple more things on my vision board, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Very, truly grateful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull a couple of cards collectively, right? Like, I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium. I don't use cards for clients, but because this is collective, we're going to collectively, universally pull a couple of cards. Okay, so I'm going to use especially one of my favorite decks, my Gratitude Oracle deck here by Angela Hartfeld. I absolutely love her deck. Very beautiful. And make sure that whenever you use any cards, that you knock them on wood 3 times. It clears the energy from it and from you, or from someone who used them last. Okay, so let us ask Spirit, what's the collective energy from September 30th to October 6th? What's the message from Spirit? What is the message collectively from Spirit for September 30th to October the 6th? What's the energy? Oh, I love this. Love this. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like yesterday, I had a very busy day planned, and because I had an emergency unexpectedly, but yet it was in my awareness this could happen. I had to deal with that. So my plans got canceled yesterday, completely and utterly. And I'm like, okay, Spirit wants me just to kind of sit back and relax and not do anything. I really couldn't, right, without going into details. So whenever you have your days that you're like, gosh, I'm bored or I have nothing to do, take that time to rest. It's so important because this month is going to be really, really busy. And, you know, so whenever it's busy, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so, exhausted. That's why you have your down days. And if you don't take your down days, Spirit will literally knock you on your butt on purpose. I've had that happen so many times. I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay. So make sure you rest, whatever it is, like whatever it is you guys like to do. Sit back, watch some movies, go for a walk. What, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that makes you guys feel relaxed. Take a long bath, take a long bubble bath, right? Like whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. Let's pull another card here. What's the message? What's the other message here? Wow. Back to what you love. You reevaluate your desires. Isn't that so cool? Especially just after I said rest and relax, right? Back to your love. What do you want? What do you want to do? What is your passion? What are you passionate about? Do you love? Follow your passions. I stress out all the time. Follow your passions. So whenever you're able to follow your passions, and you do follow your passions, regardless of what it is, your passions could be watching movies. Your passions, what is your hobbies? What are you passionate about? When you follow your passions and you do things that you're passionate about, you're going to feel it in your soul. It's like the soothing of the soul. And as you're doing it, you're going to get those messages coming through. Like I do photography because it's very relaxing for me. It's very meditating for me. And I get so many messages coming through from Spirit when I'm out and about. I get so many messages coming through, you know, even when I'm downloading them. You know, that's one of my passions. I have many passions, but that's one of them that I really love and am very passionate about. So when you do that, you're going to feel that rejuvenation. You're really going to feel that, you know, I actually have a life, right? For some of you, like I work all the time. So like some days I'm like, oh my God, like I'm working a lot, right? But that's good. I'm very truly grateful for being very busy. So truly grateful. So my clients are my priority. Number one priority is my clients with my work. So I always get back to them. So let us ask Spirit, what is the message here for our daily crystals? Inspiration by Heather Askinois, right? I love my crystals, right? Today I felt my aqua aura. I have my mala beads on, as I always do. These mala beads actually are from Hawaii. I have my little onyx on as well. I have my lapis. I've got a lot of crystals on my jewelry. Like it goes on and on and on, right? So anyways, I'm not going to go on about it. So what is the message? What is the crystal message from Spirit, from the Universal collectively, from September 30th to October 6th? What's a really good message for us from the crystals? What's a very good message from the crystals? Oh, turquoise. Prioritize your health. Oh my goodness. Look at this, the turquoise. I felt compelled to put my turquoise on this morning, right? Because I'm also working on things with my health right now, right? So turquoise, prioritize your health. Look at that beautiful color, right? Like, look at that. Like I have a lot of turquoise. When I was in Arizona, I totally took advantage and bought a lot of turquoise. I love Arizona. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So, you know, anytime you're kind of needing help with your health, let's say, wear turquoise, right? Look at the beautiful colors, the gold and the turquoise green. Like even whenever I look at that, I think of the ocean. You know, I think of the water. Gold is the crown chakra, right? You can put a gold around your whole body for protection as well. You know, and even little here, it looks like little footprints. Right, little footprints. I don't know if you can see that, right? But I can see the little footprints here, like walk in the sand, go walk in Mother Earth, right? Is it time to move your body more for health as well, right? So really pay attention to that. Whatever you're drawn to is what is the best for you, okay? So I only felt compelled to draw one card, but I'm going to pull a card here from one of my other decks here. Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue, right? Let us ask collectively what Spirit and the Universal Energy has collectively from September 30th to October 6th. What is the message here from the Fairies? What is the message here? I didn't feel that card. I can feel cards very easy. What is the collective message here? What's the collective message? Yes. Honoring your true feelings. When you walk your truth, you speak your truth, and you stay in alignment with your truth. You're honoring your soul. You're honoring yourself. That's soul alignment. Maybe you need to speak with someone. You know how I said that October brings in drastic changes with relationships. October brings in bringing back and utilizing your power, especially this week. Speak your truth. Do you want a raise? Like, do you feel you want a promotion, or you want to ask your boss for a raise? Speak your truth. Don't go in there and say, hey, I want a raise right now, right? Speak your truth. Be honest. Know your worth, okay? When you speak your truth to someone, regardless of what it is, you're going to get treated back with respect, with truth. Okay, if you run away from situations, like there's certain people who will just all of a sudden block everybody out and run away from things, you can't do that, because that energy that you're running from, you're creating more blocks within your body, which can create a lot of problems. Okay, it blocks prosperity, it blocks abundance, it can block a lot of different things when you run from things. You have to deal from things. Yeah, I know, but I just can't deal with, people anymore. I can't deal with situations, so I ran away from it. I get that we all need time and space alone and everything like that, but you can't run. You can't run from things. It comes back and bites you when you least expect it. And I've had people say, oh my gosh, I blocked that person. I wished I didn't. I'm regretting it now. And now I don't know what to say, or now I don't know what to do. Well, is it not time you confront those demons? This is the energy of relationships, you guys. Drastic changes in relationships, soul unions, soul connections, soul tribe vibes, soulmate, twin flames. Energies are coming in. A lot of energy is coming through this month in October. Okay, especially this week. Build that foundation. If you want to tell, when was the last time you told somebody how you truly feel of how you love that person? So many relationships are missed because the person, if it's yourself or somebody else, they don't know how to express themselves to that person, right? If you're interested in someone, say it. If you're, you know what I mean? And I know people, it's a hard time for them to say it. I get that. Sometimes it's easier to write it on paper or send it in a text or email and such like that. Okay, she's having a little dream. Isn't that so cute? But relationships have ended or not started because there's no communication. I had somebody even say to me the other day, you know what? I want you to have my baby. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? That's not going to happen. And it's like, what, if you would ask me a few years ago for, without going into details, I would have considered it. However, sorry, not going to happen. Right? So long story short, just to say, right, I've had other people say, I really wished I would have told her or him that I was interested in them, and now they're in a relationship and there's no hope. You need to communicate. Communication. If there's no communication, there's no friendship. If there's no communication, there's no relationship. I'm just saying. Okay, so I want you guys to write down below of what's going on with you. What solid foundations do you want to build? Are you going to confront someone? Confront yourself. Confront those demons within, as I say, right? Confront it. Ask Spirit to give you the strength and the will. Or you can always book a reading with me, and I can help you through that and give you my insights. okay? So please make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that little subscription box at the corner there, like my video, and write some comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys, okay? I'm gonna see you all really soon. Namaste.